Yes. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the 35KY Sports Show, a live show right here on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. I am your host, Jeff Lighty Jr. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to be able to subscribe, like, share, follow 35KY Sports on all social media platforms as we go on and we're creating more and more original content. Thank you all for tuning in. As you see, the title is called Big Things Ahead because since the last time I spoke to you all on Saturday, there's been so much that has taken place between the Saturday show, last Wednesday's live show, and now today. The first thing we have to get to is Trentyn Flowers, the new five-star guard for the Louisville basketball team. Took a visit to 93.9 Studios to visit with Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage and the gang up there at 93.9 to make a special announcement. Let me go ahead and show you just a little recap put up by Metrics Athletic Sports and Entertainment of Trentyn's visit. Here's the video. I don't know music or whatnot, but we can't even mess around with it. We can't even mess around with it. As you see, that's him. That's his pops, big tall guy. Him linking up with Maben. Them doing the show. Them telling the announcement on the show. They had a media team, and as you see, Trentyn and his guys, they're really on top of the NIL stuff. They're really on top of the branding, the imagery, the everything that comes with being a star player in college sports right now. They're taking full advantage of it, and I love every single thing about it. But that's not Trentyn wasn't up there for a cameo appearance. He wasn't up there just to have fun and kick it and just talk with Maben and Rummage. He was actually there making an announcement about an event that he's doing for the local community here in Louisville. Now, this was a tweet put out by his mother, Trentyn Flowers. It says, "Stay tuned. Trentyn Flowers will be sponsoring a community give back and day at the movies on July 30th for Disney's Haunted Mansion for 20 families of two. Watch out for details on how you can win a pair of tickets." And so essentially, Trentyn is doing a backpack give back at Tinseltown in Louisville. And, as you see, sponsoring some families to be able to see Disney's Haunted Mansion at Tinseltown Movie Theater in Louisville. This is awesome, man. This dude has been here, a couple of months? This dude has been here. It seems like he's been here for a hop, skip, and a jump. He's already putting together something for the community. This is needed. This is wanted. This is loved. This is much appreciated. And this is the type of things you have to spotlight. We get on these guys when they don't perform on the court. We say what we need to say about them, and we criticize them or whatever when they doing, because they're brought here to play basketball. I get that. But everything else, you also have to, just as much as you criticize and you get on them if they don't make shots, they don't make plays. You need to praise them when they do dope stuff for your community. When you need to praise them when they do things and give, bring events that aren't being done and give people an opportunity that they would not have had if it wasn't for something like this. So shout out to Trentyn Flowers, Mom's Flowers. Shout out to Trentyn Flowers. Shout out to the Pops. And this is awesome, man. I was listening live when they were talking about it. Can't do nothing but tip your hat. Cannot do nothing but tip your hat. Now, we still going to need you to get some jumpers. When the season starts, we still going to need you to make plays. We still going to need you to go out there and get buckets. And we still going to need you to live up to that lottery, that lottery prediction that the guys from USA Today from For the Win had you. Now, we still want all of that. But we are going to show love in this instance because that's awesome. And we got to show love. And we got to support our own, because if we don't support our guys, who will? So shout out to Trentyn Flowers, man. Shout out to the Flowers family for doing that, because they didn't have to do that. These folks aren't from Louisville. These folks, they're here, Lord willing, only for 1 year when it comes to this one and done thing. And he go on to be that lottery pick like the USA Today guys believe that he can be. But just to see that is awesome. So shout out to them, man. Also, I want to, we talked about Devontae Parker last time he was on here. Well, Devontae Parker's football camp is coming back to Louisville. And shout out to my guy, Mr. Kalen. K. Alexander designs the uniforms. He designs the camp gear for the camp for the Devontae Parker annual camp. And this is what their gear look like. This is the Devontae Parker, shirt and short set, presented by No Vision. K. Alexander, my guy. And the Devontae Parker camp is this Saturday, July 8th. at Ballard High School. They'll get a bunch of stuff. If the only thing I don't like about Devontae's camp, right? Devontae's camp is so awesome and he's so popular, so well loved in the city, is that as soon as they put the link up, the camp is filled up in like 5 minutes. So, I kid you not. I try to get my nephews, my little cousins, I try to sign them up for this camp. It fills up in literally, you don't get 10 minutes. Like by minute 8, it's filled. They do such a good job. They get so many people that want to be a part of this, and it get well received each and every single year. And as you see, you get dope swag that it fills up every single year so super fast. So shout out to Vontae, man, for making that possible. Shout out to my guy, Mr. K. Alexander, for designing the uniforms. Dope, man. Can't wait to see how. Probably try to pop out there on Saturday. Check in on the kiddos. Check in with Vontae. See what he's got to say. As you see, it's the summer, so you know how a bunch of the camps. Camp Rondo's taking place. Camp D'Lo just finished up. Now we've got Devontae Parker Camp. One of my favorite football camps that takes place in the city of Louisville is the Josh Minkins camp. That's coming back too. Josh and Marshawn Ford team together last year. This year's only got Josh's name on it. It is an awesome event. Super, super dope. If you can get your kids to sign up for the Minkins camp, do yourself a favor and make that happen because they have such a good time at that camp. What's going on in the world of sports? Now we've got to talk about our Cardinal football team, right? I've been, if you've listened to me at any length, I've been saying 10 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins. I've been saying this for a while, just based off our coaching staff, our roster, our schedule. The schedule matters. And, just what I think we'll be able to do. 10 wins is attainable. I've been saying this. I've been saying it, to my neck. The veins pop out my neck. I've been saying it. Well, it's not just me that thinks we can win 10 games. And it's not just 10 games. Britt McMurphy, well-respected college football analyst, college football journalist, he put out an analytics. It's kind of like, however you feel about analytics, just a bunch of numbers, computers, algorithms, stuff like that. Now, he says number of games projected to be favorite in 2023 via Colin's Power Rankings. Colin Wilson, whoever that is. I don't know. I don't even know who that is. It says projected to win 12 games or favorite to win 12 games. Alabama, of course, Georgia. Look at that third team, Washington and Michigan and Washington. But you see it. You effing see it. You effing see it. Louisville is favorite. According to whatever this analytics poll, whatever this thing, I'd be lying to you. Let me keep it all the way a bean. I'd be lying to you if I knew what the hell this was. I don't know. I just know who Brett McMurphy is. He's well respected. He's Action News. I think he used to be at ESPN. He's well respected. He puts a lot of these numbers when it comes to college football, power rankings and conference realignment. He breaks stories. He's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? He's got a bunch of followers. I don't know how many followers he's got. He's got a bunch of people that follow him, over 270,000. So he's a big deal. 12 favorite in 12 games this year. Alabama, of course. Georgia, of course. Michigan, of course. And Washington's a bit of a surpriser. But the Louisville Cardinals are favorite in all 12 games, according to this Collins ratings. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be special. It's going to be special. Now, leave your thoughts in the chat. Leave it in the comments. Do you think Louisville should be favored in all 12 games? I'm going to keep it all 100 with you. I don't think they should be favored in all 12. I don't think they should be favored in the Notre Dame game. No. I don't think they should be favored in the Notre Dame game. But I think they should be favored in 11. I told y'all 10 wins a long time ago. Notre Dame is the only team I'd say we probably shouldn't be favored against. And it's also on the road. But the rest, have y'all seen that schedule? The rest of that schedule is completely doable. It's completely doable. Hold on as I pull it up. Because I just got to see it. I got to run it back one more time. Got to see it myself. 2023. Louisville football schedule. Let's go ahead and share this real quick. Hold on as it loads. Oh, come on. So you got Murray, it's a dub. Going up to Indianapolis, that's a dub. Boston College at home, that's a dub. Now, NC State, that'll be tough. I'm not going to act like NC State's just a soup sandwich. It's not a rollover team, but we should win that game. And we should go into the Notre Dame game. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be 4-0, 5-0, because Georgia Tech, now that's going to be a nice little test. That's going to really set the tone. We going to set the tone against Georgia Tech down in Atlanta, September 1st on a Friday night at 7:30. I hope to be there. We are going to set the tone. And when we come out and hang 40 on them, when we come out and beat them 40-28, and when we come out and set the tone and see that, and people see that offense in prime time on ESPN, they already leaning towards us already. Brett McMurphy just showed that we're going to be favored in all 12 games. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but dang it, I like being the top dog. You know, some people like, oh, man, I like sleeping on me, man. I want to be the underdog. To hell with being the underdog. Be the top dog and then prove and show everybody why you the top dog. Alabama ain't complaining about being the top dog. Georgia been the top dog the last 2 years, and guess where they finished? As the top dog. Literally. Undefeated back-to-back national champions. Alabama, Saban's got 6 of them at Bama. They like being the top dog. I hear the guys that come from Alabama, the Derrick Henrys, the Calvin Ridleys, the Amari Coopers, the Julio Joneses. They take pride the fact that they went to Alabama and they were the hunted and still beat the hell out of everybody. That's what I want to be. I want to be favored in 12 games. People, oh man, that's unnecessary pressure. Man, pressure builds character. It makes diamonds. I need it. And so we're going to set the tone, beating Georgia Tech 40-28. We go, Murray's our little brothers. It's our little brothers. But we're going to have to lay a whooping on them 55-13 or something like that. And then Indiana, once again, another big primetime matchup, Big Ten Network. We're going to hang about 48 on them. But about 48 points on them. We owe Boston College an ass whooping. Let's be real. What Zay Flowers did to us was abuse last year. Zay Flowers won the first round because of the Louisville game alone. We owe them. Yeah, so they come in here. We need to hang about 55 on them. We owe Boston College. I need all the smoke with Boston. And the Boston College don't even know how they made me feel. The way Zay Flowers was just doing our guys dirty last year, we owe them. So we're going to hang about 55 on them. This NC State game is going to be a doozy. It's going to be tricky, but we'll win that 35-28, 38-28, something like that. And going into that, and I said Notre Dame's on the road. I apologize. Notre Dame is at home. We're going to be 5-0. Coming back home off a nice, tough, gritty 38-28 road win against NC State. 5-0, probably ranked around 15 or so. Between 15 and 18, we'll be ranked. We'll be ranked about 15, between 12 and 18, really, but probably closer to 15 to 18 because they probably don't got no respect for none of those teams. Going in, coming back home, undefeated, against would more likely be an undefeated Notre Dame team. Playing them at home with a bunch of, Notre Dame gets top recruits each and every single year. Notre Dame's got a roster full of, NFL guys. Joe Alt, their left tackle, may be the first left tackle to come off the board in the 2024 NFL draft. Remember, I told you that. So he's legit. Their coach, young Marcus Freeman, legit, like him, great energy, great coach. And we'll be coming back home October 7th to play Notre Dame at home. 2 ranked teams, probably more likely 2 undefeated teams, if it's up to me. And we're going to beat them too. Because you know who their quarterback is? Sam Hartman. You guys know who Sam Hartman is, right? Y'all know who Sam Hartman is, right? Sam Hartman played at Wake Forest last year. Y'all remember what happened when Wake Forest came to Louisville last year, right? Sam Hartman at Wake Forest. Y'all remember what happened, right? What happened was they had, 6 consecutive turnovers in 1 quarter. They were a top 10 team in the country, and Sam Hartman just completely shattered here in Louisville. starting with a pick six from Keitrell Clark, and it just went haywire, and we just went nuts. It was actually one of the most fun games I've ever watched as a Louisville fan because you just couldn't believe what was happening. 6 straight turnovers by Wake Forest, all leading to touchdowns by Louisville or points by Louisville. So, yeah, this schedule, then after Notre Dame, I mean, this is at Pittsburgh, back at home for Duke, back at home for Virginia Tech, home again for Virginia. Now you go to Miami, but Miami got to show me that they're worth anything. I'm not scared of Miami. Until Miami shows me that they're worthy of being scared of, just because they're getting recruits and Cristobal and what he did at Oregon, I don't care about none of that. Show me that you can play. But until then, I'm not worried about Miami. But at Miami, you gotta respect it. I'm not gonna act like I can't respect it. I'm gonna respect it, but I'm not worried about it. And then you come up, you finish at home against the Wildcats, and you know we're gonna hang 50 on them. Oh, you know we gonna hang 50 on them. I ain't putting no score prediction to nobody else, but you know you can book 50 points against Kentucky. You can book it right now. You can book it. So that is how the college football world feels about Coach Brohm, his staff, the recruits that we brought in, the team that we have, and the schedule that we have, that they have us favored in all 12 games, at least according to this one analytics thing that Brett McMurphy uses. And I like it. I like it. I like being the top dog. Being underdog is overrated. Being the underdog is overrated. It's overrated. Let me be the top dog. I'd much rather be the top dog than the underdog, because the top dog has expectations. The top dog typically has talent. The top dog, you're the top dog for a reason, or being looked upon as the top dog for a reason. And I like it. So shout out to Coach Brohm in Louisville for being a top dog. Now, there's this video going around that came out this week of young Pierre Rondo just getting busy like his old man. Let me go ahead and show you that. This is, hey, Kenny Payne need to put in some work. Pierre Rondo. Yeah. Yeah. And competitive fire, young point guard. Moving with that thing. Left hand, lay, 5th grader. But these 5th graders are advanced, especially when that is Rondo. Let me cut this down a little bit. Young Pierre was getting busy out there for the 5th grade team. This video courtesy of Courtside Films. And you see young Pierre getting in some good work. Now, we know Rondo is here in Louisville, so I'm interested. Is young Pierre going to go to a Louisville high school? We know Rondo started at Eastern, but he was so talented he found himself at Oak Hill before coming back to UK for college. Will young Pierre end up at a Louisville high school? See, and that's the thing. I hope he does, because if he's as talented as he looks as a 5th grader, we need that in the city. We need the young studs to stay. Because we got some studs. I'm not mad at him for leaving, because you gotta go where the opportunity is. And if you feel like you're getting a better opportunity, if you're a Caleb Glenn at La Lemire, if you're a Caden Magwood at Oak Hill, if you're a Rajon Rondo at Oak Hill, if you're a Tyron Stokes at Prolific Prep, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. If you feel like, hey, I got this opportunity at La Lemire. If I'm Caleb Glenn, I got this opportunity at this prep school. I've got D'Angelo Russell, Montverde. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got opportunity, by all means. But this is why I think, and I've said this before on the radio show, and I'm going to say it again here. This is why Kenny Payne's got to be it. It's why he's got to work. And it's why he's got to work and put guys in the NBA. Because I think, this is just a theory of mine. I don't know. No, nobody will really know. But I think if KP comes in, has success, has guys like Trentyn Flowers, one and done, make it to the NBA, has guys like Sky Clark make it to the NBA, has guys like Dennis Evans make it to the NBA, then I think, just thought of mine, the young studs like a Caden Magwood, potentially a Pierre Rondo, they might consider staying in Louisville and playing at a local high school, whether it's Trinity, St. X, Manual, wherever, instead of going to a prep school. Just get your other offers via AAU and know in the back of your mind that you want to go play for Coach KP anyway. You want to go play down the street, up the road. So why not be up the street, down the road from the coach that you hope to play for anyway? And the coach that you hope to help you get to the NBA anyway. But the only way for that to work is if Coach KP has success in multiple ways. Has success on the court, meaning winning games, going to the tournament, making noise in the tournament, winning conference titles, regular season and conference titles, tournament titles, and has success getting guys to the next level, having success getting guys drafted, having success getting guys going in the first round, having success getting guys going in the lottery, having success getting guys going in the top 5, top 3, number 1 overall pick. That'll help you a ton, just like it's helped Bill Self, just like it's helped Calipari, just like it's helped Coach K, you name it. And I think it can happen here in Louisville. And we've got talented, super, super talented guys. Saw him at the Derek Smith Classic, shootout rather. We got the Derek Smith Classic coming, that'll bring guys like a Tyron Stokes to the city. It'll bring top-ranked players to the city. Another reason for guys to want to stay here and play in the city of Louisville. And we got the ultimate basketball culture all year round. Both high school, we support the heck out of our high schools. And we're still creating more and more new events. Derek Smith Shootout, Derek Smith Classic. We support the LIT, King of the Bluegrass, all that stuff. We love it. Ballard, Mayo, Manual, St. X, Trinity, DeSales, Evangel, Cal, whoever. We support them. Then you got during the summer, you got the Dirt Bowl. It's been going for 50 years. Some of the best have played in the Dirt Bowl. Griff, we seen Caden Magwood this past weekend playing at the Dirt Bowl. Coming home playing at the Dirt Bowl, getting a lot of love and getting great runs, great burn, and letting people know why he's him. You know what I'm saying? He's getting busy out there too, letting folks know why. Oh, yeah. I'm a 4-star type of guy with offers. This is why. Showing them out there at the Dirt Bowl. And then when the Dirt Bowl is going on, there's also the Run League. Once again, supporting the young men, supporting the student athlete, the top hoopers in the state, in the city, all year round. Run League, some of the best guys to come out of Louisville high school basketball. They're getting more younger with current high school basketball players. The Premier Pro-Am League in the city of Louisville. So we support the guys all year round. Now it's time to continue to do our part, once again supporting, and Coach Kenny Payne and the Cards to do their part, which are making things happen on the court, winning at U of L. Now, I seen this story. Let me know if you saw this story. Also, don't forget, my name is Jeff Lightsey Jr. You're listening to the 35KY Sports Show live stream each and every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. for, roughly 30 minutes, an hour. We'll see. We're going to do some cooler things moving forward. Continue to leave your comments. I see your comments, and shout out to y'all, man, for being in the chat. But we're going to continue to do this, make this thing bigger and bigger. Do us a favor, hit the like button. If you're watching on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, retweet on Twitter, like, share, subscribe, because we're going to continue to bring you original content. Now, covering all things sports, culture, everything. Now, I seen this. Shannon Sharpe. Now, we seen ESPN. They laid a lot of people off this past week. A whole lot of people got the boot from ESPN. But ESPN still ain't done acquiring star talent potentially. As Front Office Sports says, Shannon Sharpe may join ESPN potentially as a successor on Monday Night Countdown for Steve Young and as a host on First Take. Now, Front Office Sports, they break a lot of stories. They have a lot of inside information. They talk to a lot of people. And one of their guys, Michael McCarthy, said this is his prediction. Skip Bayless's former undisputed debate partner, Shannon Sharpe, joins ESPN, succeeds Steve Young on Monday Night Countdown. Plus, Sharpe positions himself as an eventual successor to Stephen A. Smith on First Take. Wouldn't Skip just love losing in ratings to Unc? Whoa. Now, that is one heck of a prediction. But this prediction isn't far off. I think Stephen A., if you guys have watched Stephen A. and seen his YouTube show, which is growing rapidly by the day, each and every single day, and he's more of himself, more personality, I think he's positioning himself to have an exit at ESPN. That's just me. That's just a guy who studies media. I think he's positioned himself to have an exit to ESPN because he's growing his YouTube show, which he calls the Stephen A. Smith Show. He's growing that separate of ESPN. That has no ESPN backing. That is just him. And he's got a sponsor in FanDuel, but that's the way of the world now. The betting, the betting sites have all the money, so they're putting up money for a lot of top talent content creators, essentially, because they have unlimited funds. Whether it's DraftKings sponsors a lot of stuff. FanDuel sponsors a lot of stuff. MGM, whoever. But DraftKings and FanDuel are the two biggest when it comes to sponsoring different shows and content creation and stuff like that. So I think Stephen A's positioned himself to potentially lead. And I think Shannon has enjoyed the fruits of his labor from his YouTube show. He's dominated that space, over 1 million subscribers, big time guest has come on his YouTube show, Club Shay Shay. And now he has options. He has bidders. He's being recruited, unlike he was ever recruited before. You got to think, Shannon Sharpe out of high school, was a small town athlete, went to a black college. Now, was a star at a black college, but he didn't get recruited by Georgia and Alabama. And, he didn't get recruited by USC, Texas. So he went to Savannah State and got drafted out of Savannah State, but stayed with the Broncos most of his career. Signed free agency with the Ravens, but wasn't really ever recruited. Got fired by CBS, got brought on to Undisputed by Skip Bayless, and now he usurped Skip Bayless as the bigger dog. You know what I'm saying? We talk about big dogs. Usurped Skip as the bigger dog, and now he's got options. And these are multi-million-dollar options. Whether Shannon wants to stay independent, do his YouTube thing, FanDuel will pay a lot of money to get behind Shannon. They freed up a whole lot of money when Pat McAfee went to ESPN. And so they got a lot of money to spend. So Shannon could do that. Shannon could team up with Pat McAfee and Stephen A. and them and go to ESPN. He could do that. Or, so he ain't in no rush. He got plenty of options. At first, it was teased that he might do the FanDuel thing. But Shannon himself, when he first tweeted, said, "You will see me returning to TV soon." Well, there's no bigger TV in the world of sports than ESPN, the worldwide leader. They're so big. They got Pat McAfee to put away his 120 from FanDuel to take the 85 from them to continue to expand his reach is kind of how he felt. And so Shay's got some options, man. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe, dog. I'm interested. Put your thoughts in the chat. Put your thoughts in the comments. What do you think Shannon Sharpe's going to do? I think he probably does end up at ESPN. And that's going to be big. It's going to be big for them. But I would love if he stayed independent. If he stayed independent and just worked the room that way, take that Pat McAfee contract, woo! Leverage Club Shay Shay, take that $100 million from FanDuel for 4 years and make this thing for real. Yeah, Shay, I think I would love to see him do that. But, he's got options. A ton of options. Now, before we get out of here, once again, my name is Jeff Lightsey Jr. This is the 35KY Sports Show live stream each and every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on the 35KY Sports YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you get your content from 35KY Sports. Don't forget, we have our Saturday show each and every single Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on 93.9 The Ville. Thank you all, as always, for tuning in, tapping in with us. Don't forget to follow 35KY Sports. And if you like this annoying voice, you can follow me at JLightsey7 on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and wherever you get your content. To our producers and our guys at 35KY Sports teams, James Black, Murph, and Jeff Houston, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time.